Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of our Dungeon Boss Rune Theory. Today we're going to be taking a look at the current week's top 100 rune that is available in the Honor Shop. We are looking at Season of the Rose, so this is just a quick little PSA for those of you that are still checking out to see if they want to actually purchase this rune with your honor points. So basically we're going to go ahead and purchase it, see how it compares to other runes, and see about where this should actually go to based on its 4th stat. With that said, let's jump right in. No point delaying here. So here's our rune, Superior Champion rune, and it is Season of the Rose. It's a legendary 5-star Superior. It's a nature rune with attack, and defense, and damage reduction from caster. Let's purchase it, see what the final stats are, and then we'll compare it with other runes. Alright. So, Superior Champion rune, here we go. Upgrade this bad boy. That was not the right button. Looks like I just crafted a coal fire instead of breaking one down. It's kind of foolish, but we all make mistakes. Sorry for the delay. Alright, let's try this again. Okay, so 607, 304, we're looking at 911 attack plus 276 defense. Reduced damage from caster is going to be 10%. So we want to put this on somebody that is going to hopefully benefit from reduced damage from caster and also benefit from those traits. So if you're looking at putting this on somebody who's damage reduction, like Lily for example, probably not going to be the best option there, but putting it on somebody like Viperia might be good if you're looking for some extra attack there. But let's focus on the reduced damage from caster in terms of who's going to be taking that damage and who do we want to beef up our attack a little bit. I have probably 2.5 options for you today. So the first option, our first stop as far as any of these superior runes go, just because of his absolute wild cardness with his tenacity, I always suggest throwing stuff on Kira first, because Kira is, he's pretty weird in PvP sometimes with his extra tenacity and just extra defense and stuff. I would usually suggest putting it on him first. So unless you're already at that one, so this one is in the same ballpark, but it's definitely less, I would probably end up putting this one on there instead. It's only going to give a slight little bump, but the new one is technically better. Kira's probably my first choice because reduced damage from caster, the reason I have this on here in the first place is because he gets targeted by shade a lot. I've seen a lot of people trying to put a little bit extra defense and sometimes health on Kira just to try and stop that one shot from shade, and a lot of people are switching up their shades a little bit to swap out 1 or 2 of the power runes for defense or bulwark or something like that. So if you're seeing a lot of shades that actually sacrifice some of that power, you're going to get to the point where maybe Kira can start standing up to that one shot and resisting it. Now when we get to the combat revamp, it may not make a difference anyways at that point, because the damage should all come back down to earth a little bit. So if your Kira's already ruined well, the next suggestion that I have, there's not many people that would really benefit from a green attack rune and also from that reduced damage from caster. So my next one is actually Astrid. A lot of people use Astrid with all-out attack similar to Furnace, just because it catches people off guard in PvP when she does a huge mega attack. A lot of people, if they don't pay attention to runes, those of you that are lower or mid-level, definitely take note of this. A lot of people go in, they'll see Astrid, assume that she's a tank, and that she doesn't do any damage. You pile her on with some major attack runes, and she turns into somebody like Kai when you just don't expect it coming, and she ends up wiping half the team. So my rune on here is attack, and skill, and extra damage to tank. The overall damage is the same, 607 and 304 for 911, and then we could get the extra defense on there, which is good for her, so we could get attack, and defense. So if your Kira's already ruined, my suggestion would be to use Astrid. If you're not using Astrid in PvP, you probably should. I haven't really done a video on Astrid, but she's really helpful for your casters. She gives an extra 50% defense, so if you pair Astrid with Shade, makes him pretty tough, which is currently the defense that I have right now. Knock on wood, my defense has only been beaten twice, I think. But also a lot of people aren't attacking it, so it's certainly not infallible, but it is with Astrid and Shade, and Shade's a pretty tough one to kill. So, like I said, there was 2.5 suggestions that I had here for you. The last one, the sort of half suggestion, would be to rune up your bunny. So if you're doing an attack-based hopper, which for those of you that have asked, yes, I have switched my hopper from the defense bunny to the attack bunny. That's because I have her on PvP defense right now. When I don't have her on PvP defense, then I will switch her back to a defensive bunny. But so we're looking at attack damage. We compare the rune that we had with 911 attack to this one here. A superior power rune is actually only about 850 attack. So in terms of pure damage output, that superior champion rune is actually better than a superior power, depending on what your force stat is. Now I haven't crunched the numbers about that extra 4.3%, but I'm guessing it's fairly negligible, or else it balances out very, very close to. You could also put this one on Furnace if you want a little bonus one. Always piling attack on Furnace is a good option if you use him. I don't tend to use Furnace a ton in PvP, but he is on my PvP defense. So any extra bit of attack here, this battle rune could easily go, so I could swap out that one for Furnace and it would be a major upgrade. We're talking almost basically doubling his attack. So those are some options for you for this week's PvP rune. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to leave them below. And depending on what we look like, we will maybe swing by again next week. Thanks for watching. Thank you so much for watching this video and supporting my channel. If you like this video, please show your continued support by hitting that like button. And be sure to check out both my YouTube channels for new content all the time. And always remember, peace is a lie, there's only passion. We'll see you next time.